editor. I'm here with a new tutorial, and this time I will explain how I do the hybrids from the Genestealer Cult. So I will paint this miniature step by step to show you how I paint this guy here. So I will try to arrive to the same type of detail that this guy here or this guy. So this is the objective of this tutorial. So here we have the final examples of the final paint job, and we are going to paint this one, try to match these guys. So the first I will start with the orange, and with the orange I test different ways to do it, and the best is to use Jokaero Orange. So this will give a very nice base. It's an orange that is covering very well on top of dark colors. Was a little bit of failure in my planification when I did the prime in this blue color. I think at the moment I did not have the right primer, and I decided to do it blue, thinking that I would use blue as part of the color scheme. At the end I decided to change my mind, and now this blue is not helping me to paint orange. So what we are going to do here is we're going to paint the trousers with Jokaero Orange, and once this is done I will put the video back. So again, just a thin layer, but you can see this orange is covering quite well on top of this dark blue. Avoid, if you have prime in black or in the dark color or white, avoid to leave the surroundings with this bluish color. So it will sometimes it will go a little bit over the next element. For example, here on the belt, I go a little bit over the belt. We don't need to be very precise because the orange can be covered very easily by the other colors. So I will do this layer of orange, and I come back once this is done. So once the orange has been applied, the next step we are going to apply Baneblade Brown on the armor. This is going to be the base color for the armor, and as we did for the orange, we just apply a thin layer. Very important in the case that the texture of the armor is not covered, because we need this texture to do the wash later on and give the depth that is needed. So we apply a layer, and I apply this layer and I will come back. So the Baneblade Brown has been applied, you see in the knee protections, in the armor. Next I'm going to apply purple. The base purple I'm using is Naggaroth Night, okay, and we are going to apply this on the arms, on the legs, all the parts that I want to keep dark purple, except the head that you know that I do this type of pinkish color. I will not take care if I go, so as you see I will do also the part that will go in pinkish color here, this things part that I will do later on pinkish color. What is very important is that you thin your paint, and you really paint with thinned paint to avoid to clog any detail. So again, always the tip when painting, when doing the base coats, the most important thing when doing the base coats is to really thin the paints and avoid to clog any detail. It is always better to do 2 layers or to go 2 times once it's dry. So 2 layers on a part, thin layers, and trying to make it in 1 layer if the color is not covering. Will not be the case of Naggaroth Night. Naggaroth Night is covering quite well. Normally the purple colors don't have big issues, especially because the base is blue, and here is where I take advantage of having painted blue. The case is helping me. So I will apply Naggaroth Night, and as you can see now the first step I do is apply all the base colors through the miniature. So I will do that, and I come back once this is applied to do the next base color. So the purple have been applied. Next I'm going to use here we have a Screamer Pink, and we are going to do the head with the Screamer Pink. I will not do yet these recesses in the purple part because we are going to do the washes, and this will be done after the washes because we will cover that with the washes most likely. So here again, thin layer, okay, of Screamer Pink on this part. So I will do that, and now I realize that you should do this before doing the purple. I will do that, and I will do then the purple here on this thing. So you see it's too thick now, my paint. Really, I'm going to thin down. And you can see the brush strokes is that the paint is too thick. Okay, so really you want to thin it because there is a lot of nice detail on this head, on these faces, and you don't want to clog that because the wash will help you to pop up all this detail. So I will do that, I will finish the head, and I will come back, I will come with the next color. So now I'm going to use Chaos Black, and I will paint all the parts that we want to do metallic and all the parts of course that we want to do black. So for example, I will paint the blades, okay, I will paint the nails, and I will paint all these tubes, the corrugate tube and the bells that have his here. As you can see, I try to go for thin colors. I don't try to go so thin that sometimes I don't even covering the blue completely. It's better to go in that way, especially on the top knife that have very nice detail with this stone and all this engraved. So you want to go really thin. You see that it's a little bit even transparent, and this isn't a problem, especially for the parts that we want to go metallic later. Okay, so I will do the blades, as you can see. And the other part that I will do is all this type of bells and these things that he have here, all these things. And of course here, this was a small mistake that I did. I will do this as a bell, and then I will do all these objects on black. Okay? So I will keep doing that, and I will show you later on once the black is applied, because there is not really too much to show here. It's just apply a thin layer of black on all these objects, and then I will show you how it's looking like after applying the black. So next, what I'm going to do to make the orange brighter is I'm going to use Fire Dragon Bright on the orange. Okay. I do first a layer of Jokaero Orange because the Fire Dragon Bright sometimes have difficulties to cover on top of other colors. You will see that it's not an easy color to cover, that is have more or less the same issues as yellow. So it's good to have at least a base to start with. So this means that I have one layer of Jokaero Orange, and now I have the layer of Fire Dragon Bright. That is really the color that I'm looking for. Okay. As usual, thin layer. And yeah, this is the most tricky color. So this orange really is not covering very well, and it's quite tricky to work with. So I will do one layer of this color, and I will come back. Now I'm going to use Rretributor Armor. This is to make just the gold on some of the details in the case. I mainly apply this on the Genestealer Cult symbol that we have here. Okay. Okay, this is done. Now I'm going to use Ironbreaker, and with this Ironbreaker we are going to do all the parts that we want to have in metallic colors. So this means the blades, and the blade I don't care about the gems at this stage. I will cover fully the blade. Okay. Here I have a small flash. This was the spool join. Okay, hold. Okay, so we'll do the blades, I will do all the parts that I want to go in metallic, like this part here, and I come back. So you can see the metallic have been done in the different parts. Now I'm going to use Dawnstone, and with that I will do these things that they look like bandages. I look for a neutral color. I have two bright colors on the miniature, the pink of the head and the orange. I don't want to add more bright colors. I want to go here for a neutral, and yeah, once it's washed and will look quite similar to the armor. I don't see this as a problem. Okay, so I go here for Dawnstone Grey, and with that I'm doing this type of bandages or ribbons that they have in the arms and on the legs. So again, thin layer, and this will be the last base color before starting with the washes. Okay, but I want to be sure that I have all the base color applied before doing the washes, and yeah, and then be ready for that. So I do this one here. I will do this bandage, and I will. So this is not much mystery. We'll do this one, and I come back. So arrived to that point, we will start applying the washes, and I will start with Agrax Earthshade on the armor. If you have seen my last tutorial, you will know that this is the wash I used for the armor. But yeah, for completeness on the paint job of the on that I will do it here as well. So I take a medium-sized brush and just do a wash of Agrax Earthshade on the armor, and I will do the same on the bandages that they have on the. Okay. I will do this on camera so you can see how it's working. Try to avoid to dirtying the orange, but at the same time I want to be sure that I have a thin dark line between the orange and the armor there. Here I don't care too much on the brown. Even on the purple color, it's not going to be that visible. On top later on I'm going to wash with black. The part that you want to be careful is on the metallics. You don't want to dirty too much the metallics, and neither the orange. So here we can go quite fast. Okay, and here I want to be sure that I don't touch too much the metal. Okay, not a problem. The black will not be visible, of course. Okay, we have not to forget the neck, and it's important that we don't forget any part of the miniature. Okay. I mean, in that case, we don't forget any part of the armor. If not, will be visible that we did 2 washes in 2 steps. You can do 2 layers of wash if you like to make it darker. Just wait that the first layer is completely dry before applying the second one. If not, you can ruin the first layer of wash. Here I touch by mistake a little bit this. I remove just with my finger. It's not a big deal because we are going to wash this with dark purple and most likely will not be visible. But I try to do a clean job, and then we don't have to forget these protections. Okay, and the bandages. These ones I like that they do look a little bit dirt. We are going to do 2 washes on these bandages. This now is with Agrax Earthshade, and later on we are going to apply Nuln Oil when we do the purple. And we have to wait before doing the next wash to avoid any risk of mixing washes. Sometimes we can apply 2 washes, but in that case, as I apply just the one that goes in the middle, and it's almost touching all the parts, the armor and the browns are touching almost all the parts on the body. I will wait here, and you have to wait a good amount of minutes to be sure that this dries before applying the next layer. Okay, so I will wait until this dries, and I will come back to apply the next, the one part that I was forgetting. On the gold, you also want to apply this, but I will not go too much, so just a little bit. Okay, so here, and then So once the Agrax Earthshade have dried, we are going to pass to do the rest of the washes. I will start doing on the head with Druchi VIolet. Okay. I will try to put all the colors I'm using in these tutorials in the description below, in case you are interested exactly on the colors I'm using. So as you can see, I do the wash on top of the head. And this will give this darker color to the pink. That is what I'm looking for. Okay. One thing we have to be careful is here not to leave this type of stripes visible, and here as well. You can read it a bit. Okay, it is good enough. We are going to proceed now to do with Bloodletter on the trousers. So this is Bloodletter is a glaze, but I will use it as a wash. This will give more the vibrant color on the orange. Okay. We have to try not to touch the armor neither, because it will give orangey glaze on the armor, and we want to avoid that. Well, you can see here on the, you want to avoid this, and then the good things on these ones is that if you make a small mistakes, you can almost correct it automatically by dragging the color out. Here we want to be sure that we put on this part here, and then we do the okay. we are going to wait a little bit at this device before doing the next and last wash. This is going to be with Nuln Oil. I want to wait that at least this is a little bit dry. I want to avoid that the Nuln Oil is mixed with the Bloodletter. So this is how I do. Now I will that this device before doing the Nuln Oil wash. So now we are going to use the washes are dry. Okay, we are going to use Nuln Oil to wash the rest. So the rest means all the metal. Okay, this will give nice look. We'll start giving shape, and we are going to wash all the purple to make it really dark in the recesses. This is the way I managed to get a very nice contrast. And I do the contrast because I want to give the sensation of glossiness or satin on the skin, and the way to do it is by doing quite extreme contrast. So this is what I'm doing now. This is quite straightforward. Again, another wash, and once this dry we can start with the highlights. As you can see, I also wash on top of this type of bandages or things that they have here on the arm. I don't care. And then on the pistol, you can even wash all over the pistol, doesn't matter. The black will not change too much. Will be a little bit more matte after the wash. I do this part here as well. Okay. And here on these tubes, I only do the top of the tube. Okay. So, and with this wash I will finalize this first part. I like to stop. Maybe the videos are not balanced. The second part normally is a little bit longer than the first part because the highlights needs more time. But I like to stop on a moment on the painting of the miniature that makes sense. And I think this is for me is doing the base coats and the wash is the preparation to start the fun thing on the miniature. Up to here was quite, I would say, mechanic work. Not too much demanding. You can do it quite easily. Just apply the right colors in the right place. One thing that you can do as well, I will do here, I will apply wash, black wash on the mouth, and you can also apply this on the eye sockets, okay, just to make it to give extra darkness in that areas. But after this wash, we are going to be ready to start the layering of the colors, and yeah, from there to finalize the miniature. So I will finalize this here, the first part. Please let me know what do you think up to now. Let me know if I'm missing anything that you would like to know in more detail. Give a like if you like this tutorial. Share if you think that some other people can benefit from this tutorial. And you also can support me in Patreon. I really, yeah, the Patreon for me is a moral booster more than any other thing. Because I don't do the channel to make money, but I like, at least if I can finance part of the videos and the things that I'm doing for the channel, it will be great. So that's all for this part, and keep tuned if you want to see the second part. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.